Kissinger, DJ Karstensen, and Vladimir Voyar-Tadal are your officials here tonight. And we tip off from Spokane, Washington. The tip going to the Lopes. Grand Canyon, like I mentioned, coming off the first school win in tournament history and looking to make its first Sweet 16 in school history. McLaughlin gets the early touch and a defensive stance there by Grant Nelson, but a scramble for the basketball and a good pursuit by Grand Canyon. It'll be Alabama basketball.
Well, Alabama is going to have to rebound. I mean, 17 offensive rebounds for Charleston that led to 27 second chance points. We see a couple opportunities there. If the Crimson Tide aren't blocking out, it could be a long night.
Now Alabama is seeking back-to-back Sweet 16 appearances for the first time in about 33 years. Nate Oates, you see his record, 16 postseason games at Alabama. Sears, of course, gets the first look, and of course, he knocks down the three-point try.
I just love this kid, Robbie. On balance, been able to knock down that shot. He is ready for the moment.
When Colin Moore is defending him, he's got to be more aware. You cannot lose track of Mark Sears.
Well, pace will be key when you play Alabama. It always is. They look for some rim runs and they look for three-pointers. And Grand Canyon coming up empty-handed on the second offensive possession. Bama set a single season 3 record in the first round matchup. They now have 368 total threes here for the season, including the latest by Sears.
Interesting right here. Gabe out in front trying to check Latrell. He did a nice job on that play. Advantage for him on this end, but I would not want him to box out Gabe McLaughlin.
Well, and you know that Alabama is looking to get up threes, but they're a contested one. McLaughlin moving his feet and pretty good defense on Reitzel, who knocked down 5 of them last Friday.
They obviously like this matchup. McLaughlin is getting some touches here early.
Yeah, he has a size factor in his strength and girth versus Latrell.
Boy, and he can get up too. 6 to shoot, 5 to shoot, 3 to shoot.
High hands.
It's deflected. Yeah, we talk about Rylan Griffin defending Grant Foster, and a great job there on that defensive possession. Griffin, though, gets tied up in the personal to Ray Harrison. It's his first.
We talked to Nate Oates yesterday at practice, and he mentioned just the length that Rylan Griffin brings at 6'6". You put that on the basketball, he can be disruptive. But Mark Sears, I mean, Colin Moore is the best defender on this Grand Canyon team, and you get caught ball watching, you're looking inside at that paint. Sears doing a great job relocating it, and you cannot lose him.
You have to be very disciplined because he plays angles extremely well. Once he gets an angle, even though he's small in size, he is very strong and knows how to get angles and get to the bucket.
Corner look for Rylan Griffin, not there. If there was one knock on Alabama, it is how they execute their defense. Teams have been able to score on him there this year, but they have been so good here the first few possessions against Grand Canyon.
They have to do it without fouling tonight. They foul a ton, and Grand Canyon, a team that can live at the line.
Duke Brennan with the first 2 for the Lopes. They've been waiting for that.
Well, only had 4 points last game. That's a good start for him.
Griffin again, another three-point let. That time he drills it. Missed the last time down, but not that time.
No, not at all. He had his feet set and had a lot of space for Robbie to get on balance to knock that one down.
And you play Alabama, your pick-and-roll defense better be locked in because you're going to see it in transition in the half court. They love that ball screen.
Grant Foster was petitioning for a foul call. Took a quick three-pointer off the second chance opportunity. Here comes Estrada on the push, transition look. Gets blocked from behind. It'll be Alabama basketball. Grant Foster got him. He can get up, folks.
Well, Lisa, he has perfect timing, and he covers so much space in the air. And you watch right here. On that side, either side he wanted to shoot, he was going to block it with his right or left hand.
Sizing that thing up there.
Bama already with 4 3-point attempts here in the first few possessions. Sears trying to go to work. Won't see many mid-range jumpers, and as I say that,
he's the one that will take
mid-range.
them. And Estrada last 5 games, 57% from 2, just 20% from 3. He's the one guy that may look for those floaters and in-between shots.
It's the analytics that Nate Oates has bought into even since his days at Buffalo. And Duke Brennan draws the foul. against Grant Nelson, his first.
You know, Robbie, Lisa, I'm not upset with that, because if you look at it, if you get ran off the three-point line, you definitely have to pump fake and take the ball in. We're going to shoot a contested three.
And Steve, you're not getting any argument from me. You might get an argument from that guy right there. he is just, he's so set in his beliefs that, hey, if you're going to play that way, you better believe it. And there's no doubt that Nate Oates does.
Watch Whipper-On coverage of all men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with Fast Break, presented by Nissan and the March Madness Live app. You can download it now. I know all of us had our eyes on some of the games. It's one of the beauty of having a couple of the later tips here today.
I'm thinking back to when we played, and it's like, hey, I'm okay with a little shot fake, one dribble pull-up,
yes,
but that's not in the Alabama repertoire.
Estrada, the Hofstra transfer, almost had a triple-double in that first-round win against Charleston. Nelson is not there. Misses on the left side.
I like that take, though. They need Grant Nelson to be aggressive, and we know that Nate Oates from practice yesterday has challenged him to do just that.
Oates coming into this possession 1 for 8 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3. Now make it 0 for 4.
We'll box out Alabama. 4 guys getting to the basket, getting to the front of the rim, and putting their body on Duke.
Estrada looking to penetrate. That's all left hand. It rims out. Dribbling off the foot. Harrison's in trouble. Gabe McLaughlin. Over to Harrison from the corner. Misses.
And Ray Harrison now 1 of his last 11 from 3. He can live at the line. That's a good shot there, but he needs to attack that rim.
Whoa! Okay.
Bama over
Grant Nelson said he
5.
needed a shot.
Over its last 5 is Bama.
Can we see a make? that would be good. Jeez.
Can't even get the
Harrison
reverse. Is this nerves a little bit, guys?
I think so.
I think so, too.
I mean, waiting all day and a trip to the Sweet 16 on the line.
They can reset now. We need to see some makes coming out of the break.
Right cell commits the first. All right, everybody needs a breather. We will take a timeout.
Lisa, but Alabama, the most efficient offense in the country, and if you watch their practice, you will know why. They are running constantly to emulate their style of play, which is basically like we're seeing a track meet. Then they shoot 100 three-pointers. Coach calls it the NBA 100, and they do not miss. This is after they're exhausted. Rylan Griffin made 93 out of 100 the other day. Most players landing in the 85 range. Think about that. Coach Oates considered an offensive guru, and by the numbers, this is his best offense yet. Smitty, out of 100 right now, how many are you making?
Not 93.
I got the faith in you, Smitty. Grant Foster with the miss off the timeout. Partially blocked. Yeah, well, Alabama has the nation's top scoring team. They've had it most of the year. Taken away off the bench, it's Jovan Blackshear Jr. He's played all 5 years at Grand Canyon. He is antelope through and through, but he turns it over on that possession.
We've seen plenty of missed shots and plenty of turnovers. The feeling out process is still occurring here.
Sam Walters gets a look. Boy, cold shooting. Jaron Stevenson with the personal.
You know, I love this. This is the leadership from Sears as a captain. He's talking to Grant Nelson, and most likely is about that shot. We need you down in the paint. We need you to play harder. And I think for Grant, he's just trying to be aggressive. And that's what, if he knocks down that shot, no one says anything, Robin.
That's the thing. And for Nelson, he's in a tough spot. He only played 15 minutes in the game Friday. That's his second lowest of the season. You know Nate Oates has been on him about being aggressive, and you're trying to do that, but you can't take bad shots either.
Harrison back to McLaughlin. In and out. That's been the kind of shooting night it's been for both of these teams.
Boy, Colin Moore is down. Alabama's got numbers.
Gotta go.
It's
Gotta
5-on-4 right now.
Boy, but if you don't go right away, they're going to stop play. You got to keep attacking. You start passing that east and west, and they're going to stop.
And he took a shot in the last game Friday.
Yeah,
as
he
well.
did.
All defensive team member from the WAC. Actually broke the GCU steals record here this year. Concerns for a single season.
Oh,
Here's
yeah,
another
he
look
got
at
hit.
it.
Oh, looks like he's bleeding.
Yeah, that nose is definitely leaking a little bit here. It's one of those things where Pringle doesn't even know he's coming there. They're looking at this, but I think that it should stand as that's nothing.
Yeah, Pringle didn't see him at all.
Yeah, he's just looking to jump up and get that rebound.
It was a quick check at the monitor, and they do see that. So we play on. The Alabama basketball from the sideline. Tough, physical, emotional, you would expect that for a round of 32 game. Bryce Drew, the head coach for Grand Canyon, won the first NCAA tournament game, not only for the program, but for him as a head coach. He brought both GCU and Vanderbilt, Valparaiso to the tournament, but he was 0 for 5 before Friday night. Pringle, he gets challenged. He'll have a couple free throws here coming.
You can see, Steve, right there, the gravity that Mark Sears is bringing with. He's coming off that handoff, and you've got defenders flying at him because they understand the level of shooter he is. But there's Sears as a facilitator. You get Pringle rolling to the rim. That's a great look from Sears.
You know what I'm impressed of from Grand Canyon? If you go to the rim,
get ready.
Guards, centers, forwards, they're trying to go get it.
You better go to hammering, right? Because laying it up, it might get put in the stands.
I mean,
and here's Sears. I mean, he's just going to fly off this. It's the flip of the screen. Now you've got two jumping out. That's a really well-executed pass. Look for that to continue because Sears plays with that type of gravity to his game.
Nick Pringle again with that unique free throw form that you see. And they're still working on Colin Moore there on the bench. GCU's last field goal coming with 17:40. Remember that was the Brennan layup. 0 for their last 7 going into this possession.
I'm impressed with Alabama on the defensive right now. This is a team, they talked about their lack of defense. They are aggressive. They are in guys, and they are bumping. Got caught on that foul, but I'm liking the way how they're playing at the beginning.
You have to think them getting healthy. I mean, some of those guys that were out, Reitzel with the concussion, Griffin with the calf injury, those are two of Alabama's better defenders. So you get those guys back in the lineup. And the defense has certainly, it was good for, I'd say, 30 minutes against Charleston, and this has been a really good start here through 6 minutes.
Yeah, they held Charleston to 34 points in the first half and then kind of played the scoreboard. They had a big lead, gave up 62 points in the second half. Nate Oates acknowledging that, and you know, I mean, if you want to be a championship team, you can't look at the scoreboard, right? But it's human nature, and it is tough to not do that.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and especially the style they play. I mean, they figure,
get a little bit loose on you.
We're a little bit loose. We're going to go up and down, and I just want to see Alabama, and I'm looking at it right now. Plan B, if your three-pointer is not working, they're relying on their defense right now.
Look, we've talked about it. Nate Oates lost 3 assistants last year. He lost some players. It has taken them a while even to gel. They've proven in the past that they can be, as a program, a decent defensive team. Grant Foster from mid-range, he drains it.
That's the toughest shot that anyone's taken all night, you could argue. And with a hand right there by Sears, Grant Foster showing the talent.
0 for 4 before that shot. Here goes Sears, who had the first bucket for Alabama.
It's interesting. If you're a defender, this is the one guy who's going to get downhill. Everybody else is looking to shoot a 3.
Blackshear breaks it up, and it's a turnover. Here comes Grant Foster. Into traffic, Blackshear gets it on the block.
Wow.
Grant Nelson came flying.
I'm going to give him another while on that one. This was on the defensive end. Look at the ground he covered to block this shot. He had all of that.
And a more positive wow than the first one that we heard. That's a heck of an effort.
Different
and
wow context.
Nelson showing off that leg.
Yes, we're even now. Me and Grant Nelson, we're even.
3 blocks already for Bama.
I want to see Ray Harrison attack the rim.
Yes.
He has settled for jumpers, and this is a guy that shot 27 free throws his last 3 games.
McLaughlin can shoot that. One of the highest percentages here on the team coming into tonight, 41% from 3. But 0 for here tonight.
Alabama is keeping them out of the paint. They lived in the paint versus St. Mary's.
They've not fouled, which is so important against this Grand Canyon group.
Last Bama field goal, how about coming at 17-29? Right, so looking to end that kid's blast. Oh, Luke War all over it. The tall, lanky one.
They have athletes that play above the rim.
I mean, 4 blocks in the win against St. Mary's on Friday. And you think of Grand Canyon as a mid-major school, but they don't have mid-major talent, and they certainly don't have mid-major length.
They can fly. I mean, we asked Nate Oates, when you first laid eyes on tape on Grand Canyon, what was your initial impression? He said high major talent. Walters gets a look from 3. Air ball. Alabama looks like a shell of itself here. Offensively, it's another block. Grand Canyon, 4 blocks as a team, leading to the transition look. Grant Foster for 3.
Coach, I just saw you talking to the ref. What'd you say to him? You thought it was a foul?
Yeah, I mean, the calls down here aren't equal to the calls down there. Like, we got the soft touch fouls and we get twice back to back. We get fouls and there's no call. Like, they're 2 different refs, but they got to have consistency within the crew.
Appreciate it.
I'm not happy with it.
Thanks, Coach.
And I do agree with him. As Estrada pump faked, he gets to the body of McLaughlin, and it should have been a foul. It leads to a run-out 3. I thought, Steve, that the Luke War block was clean. I thought he got ball, and then there was body contact. But clearly, Nate Oates trying to send a message to probably his team and the officials.
So Harrison takes the technical free throw.
I'm with you, and I think watching this game, if you're Alabama, you can't deter yourself from still driving the basketball. You just got to get into their bodies, and if a guy is coming, maybe that extra pass also loosens him up.
Well, I think also, and certainly the shot fake has to happen, but the drives might not be for you. I mean, yes. Grand Canyon, they are bringing multiple guys. You've got War coming over. That contact with McLaughlin in the air should be a foul. But you jump stop, you let everybody come over, and now you're sprinting for 3s, which we know Alabama wants anyway.
With those free throws, the first lead of the game, and Grand Canyon on a 6-0 run. You know the Lopes are going to pursue their 10th in the country, averaging about 5 blocks per game, by the way. Sears penetrating, and the kick out Estrada gets a look from 3. Boy, Alabama is 2 of 8.
To your point, that's what you have to do. Sears made the right play. All you youngsters out there, the best play in basketball is a pump fake.
With 9 to shoot off the hands of Grant Foster.
Going to get it.
Nearly a turnover, Blackshear. Blackshear Jr.'s got to do something. 1 on the shot clock, and they take it away. Sears. Estrada gives it up. Here's Griffin. And the tip out, so Alabama will get another chance. Sears from up top rattles it around. He's got a couple 3-point makes, 2 for 2.
Boy, Nick Pringle only 5 points against Charleston, 2 rebounds, but the effort there in Grand Canyon is really out of sorts offensively.
Yeah, Nick Pringle, got to give him assists on that play. That back tap out to Sears is beautiful. Awful spacing for Grand Canyon, awful spacing.
Just together here, you're going to get this 4 spread.
Well, this guy can go one-on-one for sure. Grant Foster tries to do exactly that, hard off the glass. Estrada with the board. Mark Sears, a distant shot. Oh, he's gone back to back. Blow him a kiss, Mr. Sears.
Well, for players like this, all they need is to see one go down. Now you got Sears flowing in transition, and the guy that gave Charleston 30 all of a sudden hot. Well, a really quiet game against Charleston. He had been so good the 7 games prior, but effort like this on the offensive glass. Steve mentioned it, just a simple back tap, but going to the boards, making plays, and keeping plays alive leads to a Mark Sears 3.
Yeah, and finding the guy who has, most success here from 3-point territory. 3 for 3 for Mark Sears. 3 of the 4 3-point makes for Bama. The Crimson Tide had answered GCU's 6-0 run with a 6-0 run of their own, thanks to Sears.
Let's see what Grand Canyon can kind of dial up here. A lot of isolation here to start this game, and not much movement.
Colin Moore all patched up. penetrates, is turned away. 1 second here to shoot. Harrison, and leaves it short.
Again, Pringle didn't get that rebound, but he's all over it.
Sears saw a lane, kicks it back out. There goes Griffin, hangs hoops. A little bit of airtime for the two.
I love it. Pump fake and drive it. Get your feet into the paint. Make a play. No one came. And you can see he finished.
Part of an 8-0 run in about the last 90 seconds here for Bama. And that bucket now sets a new single-season scoring record for Alabama as a team, and Harrison with the answer.
That's what I want to see from Ray Harrison. Put your head down and get to the painted area. Good dribble drive and a breakdown by Bama off the bounce.
3,028 points and counting for Bama in this season, the highest scoring team in the country this year. It's Moore. That was all Colin Moore, all number 8 on that.
If they can do that, it'll be problems for Alabama. Alabama's been very good in their set offensive defense, half-court defense, but not in transition.
Wrightsell Jr. Oh, high off the glass as he falls and tumbles to the baseline. Now, remember, he's got that nasal injury, too, that he's playing with.
Very true, and with the shot blocking coming over, he had to float that way up there. Wrightsell using that left and putting some serious air underneath it.
Missed 4 games because of the concussion, had the nasal injury that he got in the game against Charleston in the first round Friday. Spin move here for Moore, trying to go reverse, and it's blocked by Pringle.
Pringle's doing a nice job. He's all over the little plays for Alabama.
Oh, wow.
And a personal foul against Moore, his second.
Let's watch this one. This was with the left, a la George curving with the finger roll, and it touched the glass. That is beautiful. That's not an easy shot. Fans out there, that's his left hand versus a shot blocker.
If you don't put that up there, that thing is getting sent back at you. It feels like that the players have felt like maybe a little inconsistent whistle out here. It's been hard to tell at times what's a foul, what's not. Oh, that's a foul.
There's a foul. That was pretty clear.
That one was clear, for sure.
That's a no-doubter.
Grant Nelson commits his second. They'll take a look at this, too, at the monitor.
Well, it's a terrible screen, but it's probably a common foul.
Coach, we're used to free throws and second chance points. How do you generate more?
Yeah, you know, their athleticism and lane's giving us a lot of problems in the paint. They're jamming our cutters. We got to move more on offense. We got to spread it more. And if we get some shots to fall, I think that'll give us more confidence.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thanks.
We went to the monitor, too. The officials went to the monitor, and a common foul on the most recent possession, which we thought it would be for Grant Nelson.
At least at Grand Canyon, already 10 three-point field goal attempts. They only averaged 20 on the year. We've got 8 minutes to go, and they're already halfway there. You got to get to the rim.
Grant Foster tied up. And Bryce Drew talking about them jamming their cutters, disrupting this offense. Now 5 to shoot. See what Harrison can do and try to figure out this defense. Gets fouled on the shots. Mark Sears got him his first.
We also talk about second chance points, and Alabama gave up 27 points to Charleston. That has to be a key for Grand Canyon.
I think right there on that play for Mark Sears, I mean, you're forcing him and Ray Harrison to a tough contested jumper. There's really nothing going on that possession again for the Lopes, and you foul him and bail him out.
These are two teams. I mean, and look at the point total, 17 and 13. Bama averages 91 points per game. Grand Canyon averages just shy of 80 points per game.
Well, let's watch this defense. I mean, that's the trap right there. That's beautiful without fouling. But they're harassing the basketball. Now we get into the shot clock, and you can see, you said it. He got a chance to get into the lane. He hadn't contested. Just shouldn't have fouled at the end. Showed him the play. I know Alabama's upset.
Vladimir Voyard-Tadal at the scorer's table. The shot clock did not start. The reason for the delay.
You have a play, and then next thing you know, they stop the play, Lisa. If you're Nate Oates in Alabama, because it was going to be a screen by Mark Sears and most guards don't really pick that up. He had an easy little lane for a layup.
Now you got to dial up your best side out of bounds play.
Got to bring that one back later.
All right, 27 seconds on the shot clock. Sears to take it out. 7:40 to play here in the first half. Estrada with the back down.
Good job by Ty and Grant Foster of handling that screen-re-screen action for Sears.
They ran the play anyway.
They went right back to it.
That's stubborn. Diabate was important in the first round. Takes it in the contact. Offensive rebound, and we got a foul.
This is a grown man game at the rim. This is not one of those games, Steve, where you just go in there and finger roll it up. Every time Bama is to the basket, I mean, you've just got multiple guys flying over.
That one was a no call, and then on the rebound, good job of being able to go back and get it. And that was the foul.
Diabate, I mentioned in his first round, he played 18 minutes. You know, prior to that, only 26 total minutes in the 5 games going into the NCAA tournament. Getting some first half time. Sears gives it up top. Reitzel Jr. short. Another offensive rebound. There's Diabate. And it rims out. Diabate, how about again? Gets rejected. Grant Foster all over it.
Alabama is now 2 of 12 on layups in this game. They have had so many opportunities at the rim, and whether it's some of the rim protection or it's just blowing some open layups, it has not been a successful night at the basket for the Crimson Tide.
Not at all. It's been a lot of rim protection.
Second block of the game, 5 blocks. Second block for Grant Foster, 5 blocks for a team. Right at their average already for GCU. Harrison from mid-range. McLaughlin, empty-handed, but gets fouled on the three-point shot, and Nate Oates is beside himself.
Reitzel is okay. He went down hard, and remember, he took a shot to the face in that game on Friday, and you got to let him land.
Yeah,
That's
he has to let
definitely
him
a foul.
land. That's a foul.
Yeah, he got hit in the head again. We've talked about, you know, his 4 games missed because of a concussion, the nasal injury in the first round game against Charleston. He took the hard foul, or the hard fall, I should say, on the baseline offensively, and then defensively here, taking a shot to the head.
Let's watch it again and close out right here. Good contest, but he just fell into Gabe, and unfortunately, I guess at the end he must have fell and hit his head, or was his head hit by the elbow from Gabe.
And McLaughlin, they're landing on Reitzel's foot. That's a dangerous play for both these guys.
Yeah, and they are at the monitor to review this for a possible upgrade for a flagrant. You know, that is something they got to look at. Even with Reitzel Jr. hurt, you know, not giving the proper landing space is something that the officials are looking at right now. It will help Reitzel Jr. back into the locker room.
After review call stands, fouls on Alabama. And ending shooting 3. 30-second timeout also charged to the Crimson Tide.
So Nate Oates wanted the officials to look at a play at the 6:42 mark that apparently was a strike to the head, we're just told from the officials. They looked at it, there was nothing there, so Alabama has been charged with a 30-second timeout right there.
Man, on that play, I did not see a swipe. I mean, Gabe is going through his regular follow-through and shooting the basketball.
McLaughlin to the free throw line. And his first points That's what they were looking at.
They were looking
the
at the
McLaughlin
Sears
push at the top of your screen against Sears.
Well, he got pushed into Sears.
I would really love it if we, and I like the fact that Alabama is punished for that, but the review system certainly is something that I think college basketball, and Steve, you see this a lot more,
yes,
should at least be talked about. That we've had 4 reviews already, and we've still got another 26 minutes of basketball here.
I think it's been successful at the NBA level, the WNBA level. I agree. I think the college level should implement it.
And some of those plays that we've seen late game, if you haven't used your challenge and you disagree with the call, man, use the challenge. It's got to be at least talked about.
A different shooting story for both of these teams here tonight. From their first round games, Sears gets turned away. Here's Griffin's look. Alabama now 4 of 14, and Sears right in traffic. He's got 11 points.
I love his ability to go get the basketball and also the strength at his size, 6'1", challenging people in the lane.
McLaughlin with the back down. 8 seconds here to shoot, spins.
Good help right there. Pringle has been active, and you've got a mismatch in the post. He's coming over to affect that shot.
Estrada using the screen for Sears, pulls up from mid-range, it's lefty smooth.
Bad shot. That's
Nate Oates is clapping, though.
Nate Oates is clapping for the mid-range jumper.
As long as it goes in, Smitty.
And Estrada, do what you do best. There's nothing wrong with that shot.
Free throws, shots at the rim, and threes. That's the shot chart for Alabama.
Let me get you in trouble.
His minutes plummeting.
McLaughlin gets blocked, but a late foul call.
Boy, Nick Pringle is not happy.
Not happy on that play.
It'll go against Mohamed Diabate, his first.
Yeah, that's a foul.
It's after, and you see the way that Duke Brennan kind of has the shoulder of Nick Pringle, and he took exception. Definitely a foul. I agree with you on the Diabate play, but Pringle didn't like the afterwards.
No, Pringle didn't like that at all. He didn't like his teammate holding on to him either.
He needs to keep his cool because he has been effective in this game. His stat line, 1 point, doesn't maybe say that, but the 4 rebounds, he's protected the rim, he's rebounded the basketball.
Second round coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Championship continues on the ESPN networks. For more information on game times and listings, go to ncaa.com. Spokane, the only location this year hosting both the men's and women's games. Gonzaga women's team beat UC Irvine yesterday. They'll play Utah coming up tomorrow.
And I like Nate Oates to get him out the game, just to give him a blow, let him settle down.
5 minutes to go here in the first half. Sears decides to take it and draws the foul. That's on Ward. That's going to be his third. And that's number 3 on Luke Ward.
Let's look at this play again. I thought he was vertical.
Yeah, I did too. Give Mark Sears credit. He is fearless flying in there.
Mark Sears to the line. He'll shoot 2.
Anytime he shoots a free throw, Lamika, his mother, does it right with him.
The reaction.
Yes. You know, that's not a ball. That's her purse. I like this. So get your knees into it. 1, 2, splash. Believe it. Look at her follow through. Okay.
Hey, whatever works.
Mark Sears is a lefty, and she's going with the right hand.
13 points for Mark Sears here tonight. 13 of the 23. You notice Dad Chad is nowhere to be found. He sits in a different section. Grant Foster in and out. Rebound to Brennan, wrapped up. And we got a foul call.
The one thing that's going to be with, boy, they just gave somebody on the bench for Alabama, not Nate Oates, a technical foul.
I think it was Pringle. I'm not sure, but I think it was Pringle.
Wow.
Because I can tell the way the coaching staff is trying to calm him down.
Two technical fouls on Alabama, one on the bench and one on Nate Oates here in the first half.
Well, we thought it was a good thing to get him cooled off on the sideline, and even that couldn't protect him from that.
Technical foul does result in a team foul.
Kip Kissinger coming over.
It was not on Pringle.
It's not on Pringle. He said somebody on the bench threw a clipboard on the floor.
That's the first for me. I've never heard of that. Or a team doing that, I should say. Obviously, it's always going to be a technical foul.
And so Mohamed Wagi was whistled for the personal foul. Remember, before all of that happened, on the rebound. So Duke Brennan to the free throw line.
And one thing that Bama is going to have to clean up, obviously you're coming over to contest these shots, but these free throws happen because of another offensive rebound. And you got these shot blockers flying over. You've got to have guards cracking down on these bigs.
And I think to add to that is emotionally they have to stay in this game. They have to calm down. You can see coaching staff, players, everybody's emotional.
7 offensive rebounds for Grand Canyon, and free throws 14 and 15 coming up.
Oaks have had plenty of opportunity. 5 of 25 from the field, and this is just a 2-point game.
They had 36 free throw attempts versus St. Mary's. They averaged 25.5.
Free throws and some second chance points, keeping them in it. It's a 2-point lead here for Bama. 4.5 to go. Griffin lost his footing. Now 13 seconds on the shot clock. Griffin decides to take it inside the lane. Draws a foul against Grant Foster.
Well, let's look at the bench right now with that technical. I was right. That was Pringle with the clipboard.
You were. This has been a long and winding road to figure out this technical foul here.
Why does Pringle have a clipboard?
That's a great question.
Can somebody help me? Lisa, help me.
He's dialing up the next play. I don't know.
I'll leave you on an island on that one, Smitty.
Okay.
I don't like to.
Why?
But your guess is just as good as my guess.
Let's go, Nick Pringle. He was drawing up his own play, and he said,
You know, I think 23 ISO on the block would be really good.
I gotta ask, somebody has to tell me, why does he have a clipboard? I thought I got it right, Robbie. I knew it was Pringle.
No, you had it.
Grant Foster trying to make it right here, and he does that. Grant Foster, 7 points.
But to your point, Steve, there's not much space out there for Grand Canyon to operate.
Back the other way, don't blink, because Alabama's going to get you. It's Estrada with 4 points, his second field goal.
I just love his game. I mean, he's crafty. The lefty has a little hesitation here and there, and he can get to his spots.
I love that he stayed with it. His offense wasn't going early in the game on Friday, but he was on triple-double watch and ended up having a great game.
Grand Canyon now 1 for 11 from 3. Look at the hops. McLaughlin with 2. He's got 6 points.
That's got to be a rebound there. Grant Nelson's right there. 2 Crimson Tide players. That can't be an offensive board.
No, not at all. And I think for Grant Nelson, you got to turn and box out.
Yeah.
I know it's your size, 6'11", you usually go get it. But with this Grand Canyon team, you got to basically box out. That's a beautiful play right there.
Yeah, tough 2 to get for Ryland Griffin, who's got 8. Goes high off the glass, his only choice. 13 for Sears, 8 for Griffin. 21 of the 28 points for Alabama between those 2 players. Grant Foster! Grant Foster with 10!
He loves the moment, and he's a tough shot maker.
The only 2 3-pointers from Grant Foster on the Grand Canyon side.
Oh, this is WWE on this possession.
Tied Tied at 28. 2:27 left to play in the first half. All the emotion. Latrell Wrightsell Jr., we talked about, he had missed 4 games with a concussion. This is the first round against Charleston. And the lower left of your screen that you saw that Wrightsell got knocked in the nose. And then here tonight, once again, gets knocked in the upper body. And he is out for the rest of the game with a head injury as we check in with Lauren.
I watched him walk into the locker room, Lisa. He got treatment. He was assessed by the staff. He's out for the game, as you said, with a head injury. He will not be back. I'll keep you updated as I hear more.
And how does that affect Bama, guys?
Well, he's their best three-point shooter, and also defensively. Yes. He's one of those guys, not only is he the best three-point shooter, when the play breaks down, he can make a play for himself or his teammates. They need him, and defensively, he was guarding the 4, the 3, and the 2.
And he's an experienced guy. I mean, you played 3 years at Cal State Fullerton. He's been battle tested in the SEC. That is a big loss for Alabama on both sides of the ball.
Grant Nelson takes the first free throw. Again, Kellen Moore committing the personal right before the media timeout. Nelson at the free throw line. An 82% free throw shooter. Transfer out of North Dakota State, one of the key transfers that Alabama brought in the offseason. Looking for him to respond to some of the physicality that he's seen here and has responded to in spurts in the conference season. It'll be Bama basketball. Turnover, Grand Canyon.
For all that we've talked about Alabama and their one-on-one defense, their effort defensively, it has been good tonight. I mean, they have been locked in.
They are shrinking the court. As you can see, mostly it's 4 to 5 guys. They have a foot in the paint, and they're just daring Grand Canyon to shoot the jump shot.
Yeah, Grand Canyon only just over 7 threes a game. They don't shoot a ton at just under 20, so they are daring these guys to make them from the outside.
Griffin penetrating right side. He draws the foul. I think it was Harrison who was leaning into him, his second.
Good job by Griffin being able to just drive the paint off that pick and roll.
He's done a nice job on tying Grant Foster as well. I mean, Foster has 10, but he's taken 10 shots to get there.
And Griffin maybe has found his shooting stroke again. 5 of 22 in the last few games going into the tournament. He was 3 of 6 in that first round game. And tonight he's 3 of 6 from the floor as well. Dubbed as the best perimeter defender here for Bama, and mostly tasked with trying to slow down Grant Foster.
You said it, he has slowed him down. We talked about it, 10 points on 10 shots. You're doing your job.
Bama 3 steals, 5 blocks here defensively, and holding Grand Canyon to 28 points here so far. Grant Foster steps it back, it's fouled on the 3-point shot by Griffin.
Alabama is just shooting itself in the foot repeatedly. And some of these, that's a good contest, and Ryland Griffin's got to understand that's good enough.
Yes, indeed. And he hit him all over his arm.
I love that he was just distraught over the call. It's like, man,
And that's the second time, guys, that Bama has sent Grand Canyon to the free throw line, fouling a 3-point shooter. Wrightsell from the corner. That one pops out for Grant Foster.
Remember, he was just 8 of 14 from the free throw line on Friday.
You see Grant Foster leading the way with his 10 points. Sears, no doubt about it, 2 of the best individual scorers that we'll see in the NCAA tournament this year, leading the way for their teams. And the big story, Latrell Wrightsell Jr. out with a head injury, out for the rest of the game.
You can see they've been to the line 17 times, but not cashing in, only 10 for 17. Grant Foster is struggling at the line.
He missed all 3.
He missed all 3.
Oh my goodness, what a screen.
Oh my goodness, what a dunk by Pringle.
I mean, Pringle is energized today, and that was a big-time screen. There's no spacing.
That's been the story of the first half for me, Steve.
It is.
Court, there's just nowhere to go for Grand Canyon.
6 to shoot, though. Lope's got to figure it out. McLaughlin, challenge, staying vertical, guess who? It's Pringle coming over weak side.
Pringles has been amazing in his first half. Well, look at the screen first, and then also he attacks. No one blocking that one. Not at all. And here he is again with the block shot. 2 hands, he's all over that one.
6 blocks for Bama. Grant Foster pulls up. No shot, it's a shot clock violation.
I love the way that Ryland Griffin's competing right now. You know, he did foul Tyon Grant Foster on the 3-point shot, but man, just the effort and intensity and focus that he's bringing to that matchup, he is doing a terrific job.
Stands at 6'6". They liked his length, even though just an inch shorter than Grant Foster. He does have that length. And as we talked about, dubbed as their best perimeter defender. From the corner, he can bring it up from 3-point territory too, and part of an 8-0 run.
What a game. I mean, big time shots, and then on this end, you can see he is locked in on Grant Foster.
That's a big time action by Nate Oates right there. A little Spain, you got that screen, and you're getting a wide open look.
Grant Foster, 10 points, 4 of 10 shooting between the legs. McLaughlin sets a screen, spin move right to the rack.
If it's a tough shot, he's gonna make it.
Yeah, you tip your cap on that one. That's Major League.
14 seconds left, it'll be Bama basketball. Coming up at the AT&T at the half, scores, highlights, the latest NCAA tournament news, and it's all coming up on AT&T at the half. Sam Walters checking in. A 41% 3-point shooter, and we'll check out Stevenson. Bama can get one final shot here of the half. Sears going for it, turns the corner, gives it up to Estrada, beautiful.
Aaron Estrada knows how to play. That was a perfectly timed cut for Sears.
A mid-court, half-court heave-ho by Colin Moore that's well short. And boy, it has been physical and emotional for the entire first half for both of these teams, and Bama stretching it out to an 8-point advantage, the largest lead of the first half. Let's check in with Lauren.
Coach, you told me you must play 40 minutes of defense. How's the first 20 look to you?
We're fouling too much. Other than the fouls, and we had that one stretch, we gave up 3 layups in a row. We've been pretty good. We got to rebound it better, and we got to stop fouling.
How do you adjust without Latrell?
Yeah, Ryland's going to have to play more minutes. Sam Walters going to have to play more minutes, and Ryland's been playing really well, and I thought Sam was good in his minutes in. We got to get him some more minutes so we can get Mark and Aaron a little bit of break.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Did he talk about a contrast in terms of prep? So, you know, pace being key. Preparing in the first round for one of the slowest paced teams against St. Mary's, and then preparing tonight for one of the fastest paced teams in the country in Alabama.
Bryce Drew has to be happy. I know he doesn't want to be down 8 points, but to shoot 2 of 12 from 3, 9 for 31, and only down 8 points.
First possession going to Alabama. Under Latrell Wrightsell Jr., we saw that nice shot of him with the teammates saying goodbye to him, and an offensive foul call.
Well, that's a great job by Colin Moore. Just blew that play up, got through the screen, and got a deflection off Sears' leg.
Well, good to see him. He was one of those guys that left the game. Good to see him back in here and healthy, because his defense is going to be so important for the Lobes. Check
that, just a turnover here for Alabama. So 38-30. Grand Canyon trying to go to work. More jab step, a little push off against Sears. Boy, they're bodying up. Sears gets a piece.
They have numbers.
It's Pringle getting the start in the place of Wrightsell Jr. to begin here the second half for Alabama.
You can't put him in that spot. I mean, you're asking Pringle to make a play. He's going to rim run. Unless he's at the rim, you can't throw it to him.
And he reached in.
On that play, you saw the pass he made. He rifled that one to his foot. You're totally right. Cannot make that play.
That was not the off-speed pitch there, Steve. That was the fastball.
Impressed with Sears' defense against Moore. Wouldn't give up anything down there on the block.
Yeah, how about that, showing the physicality.
But Grand Canyon's got to get something, guys, out of their half-court offense. The spacing wasn't great in the first half. And they are all their buckets are off individual plays.
And only 3 assists on their 9 buckets made here in the first half. To your point, Robbie, a lot of individual basketball. Rebound, put back. That's what's kept them alive, second chance points.
Well, if you watch, Pringle is not guarding him at all. He is just kind of coming over playing somewhat of a zone, so someone else is going to have to box out and get a body on him.
And Brennan, 4th in the WAC in offensive rebounds per game. He'll go.
And I think they might have gotten Colin Moore on the push. That's his second. First meeting in the history between Grand Canyon and Alabama. Boy, it's been lower scoring than maybe what we had anticipated, but intense, emotional. A couple of technical fouls on the Alabama side in the first half.
We've had a little bit of everything. That was a very unique first half. We got everything you can imagine.
This is Jaron Stevenson, who's checked in now for Bama. Sears has it. Gets it right back. Sears already with 3 triples, gives it up. Pass deflected, loose ball. Into the hands of Bama, the shot clock won't reset. 1 second on the shot clock. Estrada's got to put it up. He didn't process that, and it's a shot clock violation.
Just a mad scramble, and no one was yelling, communicating to get his shot up. You can see they thought they had more time, and then he ended up turning it over with the travel.
And if Grand Canyon can give this crowd anything to cheer about, this building will be up for grabs.
These offensive plays are just they're not organized at all, Grand Canyon.
That's not a good shot right there for Ray Harrison. You've made a couple, all right, I'm with it, but
Bama, 5 possessions, 0 for 3, and a couple of turnovers.
good hustle.
And they forced a turnover there. Estrada poked it away. Here's Sears. 2 Stevenson with a 2-handed jam.
Alabama's defense, I'm impressed. They are getting after deflection steals, filling the gap.
And with the way the season ended, Steve, who would have thought that we'd be saying that in an NCAA tournament game?
Bama's got 10 points off of turnovers here tonight. Harrison, 1 for 8 shooting. And a tough night of it. Now it's on a turnover. Estrada. Sears will let it fly.
That's great hustle.
Pickoff, Grant Nelson. Doing like his best football safety impression. Sears, left hand, it'll count, score the goal, goaltending.
I don't think that was going to go in. I thought that with the English that had, that would have been a really tough finish for Mark Sears. But what a play, though. Grant Nelson, the hustle at 6'11" to get back. He's had a tough game, but that was a heck of a play, and Mark Sears dapping him up on the way to the bench.
I love that from Sears. Got on him in that first half from that 3-point shot, but gave him some encouragement on that play. Beautiful play. Took away 2 points.
GCU, 3 straight turnovers going into this possession. Grant Foster penetrating baseline, trying to foul to Pringle.
Grand Canyon is playing right in the hands of Alabama defense. But watch Nelson right here. Back to the basketball, and that's just effort right here. Presence of mind not to travel and to keep it in play.
2 personal fouls to Pringle. And 2 shots coming for Grant Foster. You know his story, 2 heart surgeries kept him off the court for 16 months. Incredible for him to be back. Watch live men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Download now to stay up to date on all the action.
Lisa, Tyron Grant Foster is a good foul shooter on the year, 75% from the line, but he hasn't made one. That's his first make.
Yeah, he had those 3 attempts when he was fouled on the 3-point shot in the first half, missed all 3. Sam Walters getting some time. Again, Latrell Wrightsell Jr. out with a head injury for Alabama, so some of these deeper bench kind of players for Bama will get some more minutes here tonight.
Josh Baker in for Grand Canyon getting his first look.
Estrada gets a look. It's short. The tip out, Blackshear Jr.
Good tip right there by Baker, getting his nose in there and saving that from being an offensive board.
Josh Baker, a guy that's got 1 start here this year, his 32nd game that he's played for Grand Canyon. Grant Foster against Sears. This is an interesting matchup.
This possession is going nowhere.
McLaughlin. 3 to shoot, gets wrapped up by Sears, but a foul call against Mark Sears, his second. We will take a timeout. 42-35, Bama with the lead.
Alabama is up 9, but they're only 5 for 19 shooting a 3-ball. This is why. Look at the defensive pressure, the activity from the Crimson Tide. They are all over Grand Canyon. Deflections, hustle. Everybody talked about their lack of defense. Boy, they have made it up in this tournament so far in March Madness. They look fantastic on that end.
They certainly do. Winner of this one gets North Carolina off to the Sweet 16, the 31st time in program history. Alabama trying to be one of those SEC teams that remains. Tennessee won Saturday, and the Big East undefeated. UConn playing tonight, a 5-0 record. Marquette punching its ticket to the Sweet 16. Creighton had a double overtime win against Oregon. And so the 3 teams out of the Big East that made the tournament, so much talk about that there should have been more. Well, they're representing with a 5-0 record here so far. Grant Foster out of that timeout. Boy, Grand Canyon can't get a bucket. No field goals in the last 3 minutes, so Grant Foster will try it from the free throw line instead.
There was no being denied there.
Robbie, I'm impressed on that play. Thought he should have kicked it out, but he is going to get it after he shoots it. He is the first one back. His second jump is impressive.
Yeah, the motor fully on display there, and just it looked like Bama's going to get a stop. Tyon Grant Foster willing himself to the line. That's a good take right there on Sam Walters. You keep it alive with the tip. He gets tipped by Estrada. Now you go back at it. You use that athleticism. That's a heck of an effort from a guy who struggled at the line but gets there a ton.
Look, Bryce Drew had said that Tyon is playing his best basketball of this year right now. He was impressed with his consistency. Put back McLaughlin off of the free throw miss. A lot of these guys haven't played, though, at this stage of the NCAA tournament before. Let's not forget that.
That's a great call by you. The one thing they're doing is saying we're not making shots, our offense is not good, but we're going to get on that glass and go get effort.
Nelson. And McLaughlin commits his second, and it's before the shot.
Well, Jaron Stevenson was hearing it from Nate Oates about that offensive rebound off the free throw.
Sears coming around. Fires. He's had few three-point misses, and will head back the other way after the personal. Jaron Stevenson's third.
And all of a sudden, that Bama front court, a little bit of foul trouble there. You got Pringle now with 3, Stevenson with 3, Waggy with just 1, but the 2 guys that have played the most with both 3 fouls.
McLaughlin wrapped up. Sears got him.
Sears will not give an inch. I mean, that's a 6'8" guy that he would not budge.
He showed us something here in the NCAA tournament defensively, too.
He's just waiting on that spin move. Great anticipation.
Sears to Nelson.
what a block.
Up from behind. From the smallest player on the court by Blackshirt.
That's impressive. I mean, he got all ball. That's his perfect time, and that's a beautiful pass. You got to go get up and go get that one.
The little guys in the land of the Giants on both sides of the basketball. Mark Sears on one end, and now Jovan Blackshirt on the other.
And McLaughlin, a foul away from the inbounds. That's his third personal. Robbie, you talk about the foul trouble for Alabama. You got War with 3, McLaughlin now with 3. Sears from the out of bounds, in and out.
Got a good look. Screen for the screener, and Mark Sears, I'm sure he wants that one back.
And he's missed his last 2 three-point attempts. Now 3 of 7 for shooting.
This is going up. You can feel that one.
Estrada with the push.
You called that one before he got into his dribble.
He had the look, you know, just
He
the look
did.
of like, I'm not passing on the press break. I'm not passing ever on this play. Well, that right ankle kind of just gives on him there.
Tying that shoe up tight.
16 fouls for Bama. The next one puts Grand Canyon in the bonus. Diabate checks in. Mo Diabate, Milwaukee were so important in that first round game, putting up some minutes here for Alabama. With no Wrightsell Jr., they're gonna have to lean on those two as part of the solution again here tonight. Harrison gets that mismatch, gives it up to Hoare, off the mark.
Nelson contesting there.
Yes.
I mean, he is to the basketball at the nail, but then with his length, he can get back out to Luke Hoare. And it looks like you're open, but it's like being in the NBA where like you're not open for long. It's a big time closeout.
How about no three-point field goals made? 0 for 8 combined between these two teams.
That's a good steal.
McLaughlin trying to take it. Oh!
This is a game of this all over the floor.
Oh, no.
Nothing at all.
Shot clock doesn't reset. Grant Foster again back to the free throw line.
I mean, this is big time plays at the rim.
That's a heck of a block
That's a
right
block.
there. Yeah, that's a great play.
But the scramble and scrum, no jump ball. You got to look at Grant Nelson. He's like, where are they?
Man.
Free throws 23 and 24 on this trip for Grand Canyon. Couch or courtside, refresh your fandom with a delicious Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide. You knew that was off. Grant Foster has been off from the free throw line. Now 3 of 9 from the free throw line for Grant Foster. Here's Sears looking to penetrate and a reach-in foul against Harrison. His third. Let's check in with Lauren Shahadi.
Lisa, Coach Drew very happy with Tyon's drive, just that, screaming that, more of that. GCU trying to force contact down low, get to the line, and Coach Drew says, when we get there, we have to make them.
It's got to be a mental thing right now, right? At the free throw line for Grant Foster? You
Yeah, I
mentioned
think
it.
so.
Not only a good free throw shooter, Sears is a good three-point shooter, and he makes good on that one for 18.
I just love the play by a point guard picking a guy that can go for a lob. The guard had to help for a second, and then that gave up a wide open look for Sears.
Grant Foster for 3 that time. The rebound to Walters.
You want him to be aggressive, but it can't be hero basketball. You're in this game, but you've got to get good shots.
Grant Foster with another block. He's got 3 in the game. Back the other way. Defense to offense for the Lopes. And it's Pringle coming up hobbling. Sears in traffic in and out.
There was contact on that rim as that ball was going up.
It's just isolation for Grand Canyon.
Can't settle here. You can also pass. You don't have to do that.
No, not at all. I mean, that's not good offense at all. You have a big, you just got to make a play and get an angle.
Sears forcing the issue, gives it up. Here's Sam Walters, the freshman. Rebound Estrada. Loose ball, and Sears chases it down.
This game is totally insane. This is a totally insane basketball game.
I'm giving kudos to both teams. They are leaving it out on the floor.
Well, you go to the rim in this one, you better go strong. The athletes are out and about. And then you get Tyon Grant Foster in the open floor. Good thing's going to happen for Grand Canyon.
BP prepared for history to be written, hearts to be broken, and one champion to be chosen. In the 2024 Stanley Cup playoffs, NHL on TNT playoff coverage begins April 20th on TBS and Max. Sometimes it feels a little bit like a hockey game here tonight. Both of these teams just emptying it. And now look at Sears after he called that timeout.
Man, Grant Foster, look
He's
at
right
that.
there with him.
Any bit of rest you can get in a game like this that is so helter-skelter, you'll take it.
That's a great shot right there. That's just beautiful.
We got a media timeout, too, to give these guys a breather. This game isn't going to win any basketball beauty contests. And we'll reward one team with a Sweet 16 ticket to Los Angeles. Turnover. Sears comes up with it. Grant Foster trying to do a little too much. A kick out corner look again for Sam Walters. That time he drains it.
Sam Walter's a guy that started to find his jump shot the 2 games prior to this one. 3 of his last 5 from 3. You turn the basketball over, a team like Bama makes you pay for it.
I just love it. Watch what Sam Walters does. He runs to that corner, gives Sears an outlet, gets his feet set, splash for the youngin.
Okay. Night huddle going into this possession. We'll see all of that is worth its merit here. Pump fake. Grant Foster off the glass. Okay.
I mean,
High-level patience.
yes. High-level athlete.
That too. That helps.
Nowhere to go. That step through and
That
then
helps
up.
the patience. That's foul. Yeah, that was
Harrison. And that is 4 personal fouls on Ray Harrison. We go back, though, to Grant Foster. With
Playing off 2 feet, pump fake, but then the elevation, I mean, he gets up vertically and covers ground.
And Jaron Stevenson at 6'11" coming over. It's not like that's a slouch coming to block your shot. That's a live body athlete.
This is big with Harrison sitting out. Foul trouble. You see it for both teams. But Harrison the first to 4 personals. Another loose ball. Grand Canyon comes up with it.
Pringle was open, but the pass was late, and Grand Canyon just hung in there on that play.
8 turnovers for Bama. Grant Foster has half of Grand Canyon's points with a 19.
Oh my goodness.
He twists his ankle on that one.
I might need to go get the high top shoes back there. That's twice.
It'll stay here. 9 seconds to shoot.
Grant Foster's limping around. You can tell he turned that one. That's that same right ankle that he turned
saw in the
earlier.
first half. You're right.
Nine seconds to work with. Grant Foster from up top. Will pull a deep one from 3.
Great defense, and it's not a great shot, but Ryland Griffin right there every time.
Walters couldn't control it. Here's Grant Foster. Over to Ward, thought about the 3, passes it up inside the lane instead.
I mean, there's nobody down there. That's 1 on 5. You can't take that one.
If you're open for the 3, fine, but then a contested shot at the rim, that's not a good look, not a great possession.
Bama, you don't see this very much, kind of taking some time here on this possession, giving it up to Sears, who gives out the 3-point look to Stevenson. Sears with the offensive rebound. Shot clock resets to 20.
He is so good. Just being able to track the ball down.
Walked up. Sears loses it. The chase down by Moore. It's one-on-one action. Colin Moore all the way. Penny bucket and 1.
Talk about forcing the issue right here. I mean, you can bring it out, but you don't have to. And Colin Moore just getting his game on in transition and willing himself to the basket.
I mean, Robbie, Alabama, if you play for them, you can shoot as many threes if you want. And if you play for Grand Canyon, you can drive it 1 on 5, 1 on 4, 1 on 3.
And we've seen him try every one of those options tonight.
They are relentless at putting their head down and getting to that free throw line.
And the impressive thing is it's not just been one guy. I mean, we've seen like 3 or 4 different dudes do that.
14 of 25 from the free throw line for the Lopes. You mentioned it, Robbie. Here comes the student section for Grand Canyon. Estrada looking to quiet him, count it, score it. Another goaltend, the second that we've seen here tonight.
And the second one where I'm not even sure that's going to go in.
Let's look at this.
That's going to be a tough shot.
It's going to be a tough shot.
It's the right call that it's a goaltend, but I mean, Grand Canyon, you can test, and I know it's a bang-bang play, but that's the second time where it's been questionable. Even when Grand Canyon tries to run actions, Alabama is blowing it up with their pressure.
A walking violation and another turnover for Grand Canyon, make it 11 in the game.
And this is where Grand Canyon, once you get into the paint, you gotta slow your mind down. I mean, it can't just be I'm going to a shot. 3 guys converge, you gotta get off that basketball.
Tip of the hat to an Alabama defense that has beaten and battered with criticism defensively. Pick in the pocket, it's more. He's got another steal to his tally this year.
Wise to hold that one up. Well.
Or not, because Moore's gonna do that.
Alabama wants to get a shot up in 0.5 down the court. But
Grand Canyon's trying to beat him in that regard. This is just a wild basketball game.
Bama with 4 turnovers in the last 5 possessions. Sears hesitation all the way in amongst the trees and finds the 2.
He is so strong and crafty.
And those count against this type of defense that's looking to block every shot.
He's got another 20-point game. 20 of the 52 for Bama. Grant Foster.
Watch this play by Sears. His ability to get angles, he comes off of it, nice little hesitation, but then he is going, and he is making sure if you come over, he's going to take up the space, and if not, he creates a lot of room to be able to lay the basketball up.
What a beautiful look to that shot, guys. 20 points, 9 rebounds. He hasn't had a double-double yet this season. Also to tally with his 5 assists. You talk about the amount of offense that is credited to him tonight. It is a lot.
That's his 8th straight 20-point game now, and his 16th of his 17th if you expand that even further. It's amazing that Mark Sears wasn't on the midseason Cousy list, but I'd say that he's proven that he belongs at that level, and those All-American honors are well-deserved end of the year.
Well, touching every single part of the rim. 5 of 11 from the free throw line tonight for Grant Foster. Estrada in and out. Another look here for Stevenson perhaps, and a foul off of the rebound. We've got our under 8 timeout. It's been physical. It has been intense, emotional. A spot in the Sweet 16 on the line. Not pretty numbers for both of these teams, but look at Grand Canyon's 3-point shooting numbers, free throw numbers, and they're still in this ball game. Foul trouble. McLaughlin just picked up his 4th personal. So McLaughlin and Harrison with 4 personal fouls on the Grand Canyon side. Lauren Shahadi, you were eavesdropping on Nate Oates. What'd you hear?
He was not happy with the turnovers. He's very big on not playing the scoreboard. When they led Charleston, we remember in the first round, he said, we quit guarding, and we've had that issue all year long, and I hate it. 0-0 at all times. It's way too close. That's how I coach. That's how you play.
Well, how amazing that in talking about this Alabama defense, we've certainly discussed the struggles. The 10 games coming into the NCAA tournament, opponents average 94 points a game, and we're shooting 30 free throws a game. And you look at the scoreboard here, Lisa, and only giving up 48 to a Grand Canyon offense that can be explosive.
And super impressive in the second half. Moore takes it, draws the contact. Grant Nelson tried to stay vertical, couldn't get it. He's got 4.
A lot of people have 4 in this game. This is not like 2 minutes left. This is 7 minutes and 43 seconds. And I can predict there'll be 10 more plays at the rim. 10 more plays at the rim.
You're going out on a limb here.
Yes.
I might take the over on that, Smitty.
Listen, I got you.
I might take it. Well, Robbie, you're talking about the Alabama defense. 9 steals, 7 blocks tonight. The point of attack, rim protection, it's been there tonight.
Both teams have played so hard. It's not been the most well-executed basketball game that we've ever seen, but the effort extended by both these teams, high level.
Grand Canyon fan base, they're trying to get into this one.
Bama needs a bucket, and they turn to Mr. Sears.
They're cold-blooded.
Yeah, it's cold-blooded, and Sears was saying it.
5 3-point makes. He's coming off that 30-point game in the first round. Grant Foster looking to answer. Ward gets a shot. Partially deflected. Brennan. A passable 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
I loved how he's played in this game. Hasn't played a lot of minutes, but he's going to be important. He's been impactful down there on the paint. Good job of getting it, and that's the right play. Make a pump fake, and everybody is flying.
Well, it's one of those plays, too, where it's a great closeout. I believe it was Ryland Griffin. He gets a piece of that basketball on the Luke War shot, and then Brennan saw it the entire way. And this game was made for the head fake. It is tailor-made for that.
Oh, look at the muscle and the strength from Grant Foster, but he loses it. Sears gets it right back.
6 guys on the floor on that play.
You could just show that possession as an example of what this game has been like. 3-point edge for Bama. On the push, Grand Canyon gets the bounce. Count it for Grant Foster.
Well, it starts with the great hands. Jovan Blacksher gets a hand on this basketball. They've got numbers, but he felt this the entire way. He knew exactly where he was going, and it was to tie on Grant Foster.
And that's the right play in transition. And look at the hands right here by Moore, and then Blackshear said, let me just probe a little bit. I'm going right to my guy, and he is definitely going to finish.
And that is the 5th personal on Jaron Stevenson. And it looks like they'll sub in Sam Walters, the freshman, to take his place. Again, as a reminder, Latrell Wrightsell Jr. out for the game. A head injury from the first half. No Wrightsell Jr., now no Stevenson for Nate Oates.
One shot for Thailand.
We highlighted these 2 individual scores. Grant Foster with 23, Sears with 23 for Alabama. And Sears looks on. What a great shot that is. Make it 24, the second tie of the game. The first one came when it was 2:51 of the first half. Oh, Sears will take it all the way. Can't get the finish.
Good job by Brennan, just being big, standing there.
And a blocking foul. As Griffin comes up hobbling, and he's got 4 personals.
I tell you, these players are playing hard, but these referees, they're getting up and down too, because you got to get in position to make these calls. They are getting a workout.
Kip Kissinger, his 13th NCAA tournament. DJ Carstensen, his 19th NCAA tournament. Vladimir Voyar-Tadal, his 8th NCAA tournament.
How about the way that Grand Canyon is just finding transition? The half court has not been good for them tonight, but to make this run, it's been about being in the open floor, and Colin Moore has been a big part of that, forcing turnovers and pushing the tempo.
Well, we have a point guard here, Lisa Byington, and she's right. I said 10 more plays at the rim.
I took the over.
It's been 10 in the last 5 possessions.
Sometimes 1 possession, I feel like.
This is an incredible basketball game.
First lead for Grand Canyon since it was 9-7. And just shy of 12 minutes left in the first half. The Lopes coming off their first NCAA tournament win in school history.
And Ryland Griffin, Lisa, going to the bench, kind of looking a little hobbled, but you have to wonder if he's out there, who's guarding Grant Foster?
Moore gets his own miss.
What a
It's
block.
blocked at the rim.
What a block.
Diabate might got a piece.
That's a bad decision there.
Every play, guys are on the ground. Numbers because there's people bodies down.
Grant Foster wants this for himself. You can feel it. Spin move against Estrada. High off the glass. He's got 26.
I don't even think they see the double team in this game. I don't think they see the help guy at all.
It's not phasing Tyon Grant Foster, that's for sure.
Sears looking to tie. In and out. And Pringle goes down on the tip out. Duke Brennan got him with his first.
I mean, every player that's played, they got to get a little breather.
He's thinking, I'm catching my breath here.
They'll get some time. They're going to go to the monitor to take a look at this.
Watch this play through the legs. There's a help defender there coming. I don't see him. That's what Grant Foster's saying. That's a beautiful move. Once he elevates, he's a different level athlete.
Well, how about the balance there, Steve? To keep his foot down, there was a bit of a pause. Estrada with the hand coming down for the strip. Tyon Grant Foster just making something happen.
Both teams need to hydrate for sure.
Looking for a possible hook and hold. Get the foul against Brennan.
Just a hold.
Pringle.
And they're going to say common foul. Just holding right there on Nick Pringle.
Let's bring in Gene Steratore for the first time. Gene, that's a good call in your mind?
I think this is just, after watching what I've watched along with you guys here in the last 30 or 40 minutes, it's going to have to rise to a little more than just this, guys, to get a flagrant foul now. I think you got an arm around, you've got an opponent to kind of holding it there, and then they go up. But I'll tell you what, after 30-plus years of officiating, I don't know if I've ever seen action like this. This is really exciting.
It has been something.
And Gene has seen it all. I'm with Gene. This is an entertaining game.
That free throw ends an 8-0 run. Alabama needed it bad.
An interesting free throw routine and shot from Pringle.
Leaves it short. A battle for the loose ball. Coming down with it. Diabate. Sears dropping it off.
What a pass.
Quick kick out. Yeah, what a pass. Sam Walters can't pay it off. Estrada looking for some help. And a bump foul against Grand Canyon. And Grant Foster his third.
Have you guys ever seen so many missed rebounds that guys are just, it's like usually it's the two bigs down on the block.
It's all 10 guys
It's
right
all
here.
10
I mean,
guys.
just the energy on the floor. It's been so chaotic.
It's extremely important right now to box out.
Yeah, that's in most games, but especially in this one.
32 total offensive rebounds. And each one feels like it's for the championship. And it's for a spot in the Sweet 16. Reviewing the foul trouble, Stevenson's also out, already out.
Look at this.
Goodness.
There's another one.
Wow.
Oh, going to work, Diabate. A Bama punch off the bench.
Well, missed free throws right now seem to be the best offense for the Crimson Tide, and Grand Canyon just not doing the job blocking out. This thing's back iron. You get a hand on it, and Diabate, who had 2 points total in 7 minutes 2 games prior to this, making an impact. That's a big-time play, and the freshman just keeping it alive. Now an opportunity for 3.
I mean, there's 4 guys to block out 2. And the 2 guys on both teams are coming up with tips and rebounds.
It's a 5-point possession, basically, there for Bama. Factor in that offensive rebound and putback. Diabate's been huge. Bench points are big for Alabama. Harrison's back in, playing with the 4 personals. It gets knocked away. There's Sears once again defensively.
Lisa, you called it. He is just tremendous at keeping his body in front of you, getting square, and you can see he is riding Harrison and making him turn the basketball over.
And a quick timeout as Brendan gets tended to. He's got blood on that left leg, so they're going to tape him up, the athletic training staff over in the Grand Canyon side.
Well, if Alabama ends up winning this game, the job that they've done on Ray Harrison, 6 points, 1 of 9 from the field, 0 of 7 from 3, would have a lot to do with it.
We talk about Sears' offense. He is one of the best two-way players I've seen. Defensively, he's a menace.
Diabate looking for more. He's going to get it. A super sub here for the Crimson Tide. And Grand Canyon calls a timeout. We'll take one with them. Take a breath. First meeting in history between Grand Canyon and Alabama. The coaches know what's at stake. The players know what's at stake. Man, it has been something. Maybe one of the most entertaining, lower scoring games that we've seen in a while. Check in with Lauren Sahadi.
Lisa, Coach Drew's message, simple. Tyon's confidence growing with each passing minute. Get him the ball and crash the boards. We have to hold on to the ball like it's March. I want every single rebound.
Bump foul against Pringle. Number 10, Diabate, his second.
Well, Grant Foster, the only player for Grand Canyon in double figures at 26, so there's really no doubt about where they want to go. Let's put the ball in his hands and let him make plays.
This summer, the Targaryens, the Iron Throne, and the biggest show on TV are back. Season 2 of the HBO original series, House of the Dragon, premieres June 16th, only on Max.
44 personal fouls between the two teams. And 34 free throw attempts for the Grand Canyon. 16 for the Alabama Crimson Tide. This is effort.
Colin Moore is in a stance here.
Challenging Sears. Sears will take that, drops it off to Pringle. With a quick outlet. Walters gets blocked. Diabate nearly poked it away, and a foul to Estrada, his second.
Well, you can see Grand Canyon is trying to talk to Grant Foster. There's guys coming. He said, I can't hear, or I don't want to hear. Either one. I don't know which one he said, Lisa. Either one. He's back to the free throw line.
Boy, that last stop for Grand Canyon, a big-time closeout on Sam Walters. You run him off the line. He's a three-point shooter. This is a really nice short roll. Good spray out from Pringle, but the urgency to close out to the shooter. You bring Sam Walters into the paint with all those shot blockers. The effort there, outstanding.
17 combined blocks between these two teams. McLaughlin with the 4 personals, got to be careful. Almost an over and back. Cross-court look, catch and shoot, falling down. And a foul there on the floor on the rebounding attempt.
There's guys on the ground in the paint. There's guys
Griffin falling down.
outside the three-point line. Physical ball game, physical.
Your game reset in a 1-point game. A couple of timeouts left for Bama, 1 timeout left for Grand Canyon. Both of these teams in the double bonus. Now, Luke Ward just fouled out of the game. He's the first one for Grand Canyon, but there are some others who are threatening. Steve Smith, Robbie Hummel, Lisa Beinson, Lauren Shahadi with you. Winner of this one goes to the Sweet 16 in Los Angeles in the West region to play North Carolina. And it has been a battle. Diabate at the free throw line after drawing the 5th and final foul against Luke Ward. You mentioned it, Robbie. We see his numbers, but the minutes going up in the NCAA tournament for him.
Well, he was struggling coming into the tournament, and then to play as well as he did against Charleston. And Nate Oates even talked about just how important those minutes were for this team. And he has been huge for them tonight as foul trouble has mounted.
18 minutes in that first round game against Charleston. 6 points, 4 rebounds. Diabate with about 9 minutes here tonight.
He is made for this game. His build, the way he plays, he's physical.
Great point.
This is a great game for him.
Grant Foster sitting on 29 points, one off of tying his career high of 30. GCU trailing by 3. This could tie it at short, well short, and well contested by Diabate. Sears has 24 points. And the first double-double of the season, 6th of his career.
Ray Harrison is guarding Sears with 4 fouls.
Now Moore switches off. Sears with 5 to shoot. Sears crosses over, leaves it short. It was well on target. Another loose ball. Pringle falls on it. Here's Estrada.
Smart play by Estrada. Bring this out, reset, run your stuff.
And Alabama in no rush. And there's some moisture on the floor. So an official's timeout here with 16 seconds on the shot clock. If the Crimson Tide has something to draw up here on the sideline. Alabama 4 straight appearances in the NCAA tournament, looking to go back-to-back Sweet 16 appearances.
North Carolina has the winner of this game, right, Robbie?
Yes, yes, that's right.
I want to know what their coaches are doing scouting this one.
We need to do some conditioning at this point in the season to get ready for this pace.
Take away what? Just effort, energy.
Sears calling it out, gives it to Pringle, backdoor look. Diabate lays it up with the left hand. Could he have any bigger moments?
How good, though, has Pringle been in that little short roll where he's catching that off the ball screen and just setting people up? That time it's Diabate.
I mean, I love Diabate. He is made for this game.
McLaughlin nearly throws it away. Grant Foster leaning in. Grant Foster high off the glass, in and out.
Big time rebound.
Yeah, one and done, but Grant Foster pokes it back. He's gonna take the 3.
Interesting shot selection on that one. Interesting.
There's no doubt that when Grant Foster has it, these things are going up.
Sears and Bama, no rush. 5 to shoot. Sears left side, gives it up to Pringle. Ooh, that could be the exclamation point.
We've got a master class in pick and roll right now. Mark Sears, unbelievable pass.
But I'm with Pringle. He dove quickly and got right in front of the rim.
Harrison Brennan can't control.
There's a lot of contact.
That could have been a foul right there.
13-3 run, 440 and counting.
You think about that, and now I guess you have to play it out, but this is going to take this down pretty close to 38 seconds, and if they score, it could be a 10-point game.
Sears draws the foul, stops the clock. 45 seconds to go.
Well, let's watch this. The angle he comes off, but watch Pringle. He dives and then seals Grant Foster, and that's why he gets that easy dunk. That's a beautiful play by Pringle and Sears.
With the vision right there, to have that feel that the big is switched off. You know that Pringle's rolling. He's always going to be there. It's a terrific pass, and it's been all about the middle ball screen for Alabama late.
Can we talk about Sears and how big he has been as he makes good on the free throw? 25 points, 12 rebounds. He's contributed to 6 assists, not to mention some key defensive plays here tonight.
He's played like an All-American. I mean, that's what he is, and he has lived up to that billing.
You got to go quick if you're Grand Canyon.
A walking violation. And 14 turnovers for Grand Canyon.
There's no denying Grand Canyon's talent, but the lack of execution in the half court is what did them in tonight.
Two of 22 three-point shooting for Grand Canyon. 23 of 37 from the free throw line. GCU's got to stop the clock. And they force Grant Nelson to the foul line.
There's just not many good options to foul out there.
Nope.
Sears is 85, Estrada's 85. Reitzel's out of the game. He's 100. He's left with the injury to his head. And then you've also got Nelson at 81. Really, Pringle would be the only one, and he's out of the game.
Sears has been trying to hush the havocs, the student section for Grand Canyon here all night.
Sears looking to hydrate. He must be cramping. The right stuff is what they gave him, and that's for when you're dehydrated.
Yeah, he's cramping up.
They might have to use a timeout. Alabama has 2 timeouts. There they go. They'll sub him out instead. He's played 39 minutes tonight. Largest lead of the game, plus 11.
You gotta go. I mean, you don't have time.
Gotta go.
Blackshear, that's a long 2, well short.
Boy, Alabama's gonna survive, and this was all-out war.
I mean, give Alabama a lot of credit on just on the defensive side, grit, and the way they battled.
The celebration is on. Roll Tide rolls on. Bama goes back-to-back in Sweet 16 appearances for the first time in 3 decades, winning 72-61.